having checked our plan, having checked all our measurements, it's now time to start cutting. So first things first, safety first, make sure that you've got a good blade in your knife. Don't start with a blunt blade before you even get going. Next thing is, make sure you know what you're going to cut and what you're going to leave, because sometimes when you start cutting things you need to make sure you know exactly where the actual blade is supposed to go. This tail, this is going to form the stern of the boat, this is going to form the bow of the boat, and these cuts here need to come right down into there, and these cuts here need to go right down into that corner there. So first things first, out comes your blade. Make sure that you've got your table in place, and first cut straight in. Take your time as you do it, don't be in a hurry, got plenty of time to kind of get this thing done. Okay, straight down. Okay, first piece done. Okay, next one. In it goes. Blade in first, keep the blade nice and straight. Next thing, straight in, straight back. Now if you're doing this, please make sure you're not doing it on the best coffee table. Okay, now already you can see that the tabs are there, they fold up quite easily to form the next part. Then we're going to get rid of this excess piece of paper on the outside here. This time we're cutting across the corrugation. You'll find that's a little bit tougher to do. So just persevere and make sure you're not cutting towards somebody. Notice, as soon as I stop cutting, I retract the blade. Okay, move the job, don't move yourself. Blade comes out, in it goes. If you're standing and you're cutting towards yourself, make sure you're out of the way just in case you slip. Okay. Looking good so far. Okay, moving around. Because you've shaded in the bit you know you're going to cut, it's relatively easy to do most of these cuts. Good sharp blade, make sure that you're not pulling too hard against the actual cardboard when you're cutting. Try and stay as true to the line as you possibly can. And the last cut, for a minute anyway, make sure your job is well balanced. Spin it around. Notice I'm trying to keep my hands and my body well out of the way of this blade while I'm using it. So I now got myself to a point where I've got my boat just about ready to kind of go. Now I do have this extra bit here which I'm not sure I'm going to need to use, but we're going to see how we get on. So I'm now going to try and fold my boat into shape. So first thing I'm going to try and do is I take my straight edge and I try and make sure that I've got all my tabs properly cut, which I haven't done. Okay, so just make sure you've got all your tabs properly cut. That one there needs to be cut in. That's okay. That looks good. Those tabs will be okay in a minute. Okay, and then you start to fold your boat. just gently against the cardboard. Tabs and everything else should kind of come up. Same on the other side. Gently press against your cardboard, push it in as firmly as you can against the edge of your steel. Then out onto your next one. Okay, press up against the edge, and then finally press up against the edge on here. Okay, and if we've done this correctly, he says, we should now be in a position where we can do something a little bit different with this one, because this tab here has actually got to go backwards. So initially you bend it slightly forward, okay, and then you bend it backwards. And you'll see the reason for that in a minute. So you should end up with a joint that looks something like that. Okay, do the same on the other side. Bend it up first, then bend it back. And now we're going to try and bring the whole thing together. So here we go. Up comes that side, down it goes. There's one side of the boat, and this one over and over as well. Cut that properly. 2 seconds. Okay. And now fold it over. Hold it down. There's one part of your boat, a bit over here, comes up, and that forms the second part of your boat. Now to make sure it all kind of sticks together and glues together properly, we need to make sure we've got all our tabs in the right place, because this is now going to fold upwards like this to form the back of our boat. So before I go on to that, we're just going to make sure we can glue all of these pieces in place. So that comes in and that folds over into place like that. Okay, and that's looking pretty good. Okay, and now we're going to make sure we've got a decent bend on this back so that it will actually come up properly. So at this point we need to take a straight edge, and this is where we're going to need to use our special tool, which for the life of me I can't see now. There it is. Okay, here's our special tool, because this time we're going across the grain. So we make sure we use this one properly first time. Now you would just gently press on there, the 2 tabs come up on the side, and that forms the back end of our boat. Something like that. Now the next section is actually a 2-man job, and so to make sure we get that done properly, we need to make sure we've got all our tabs done and ready to go. 2 most important tabs are here at the front. You need to make sure these are ready to go, so we do those. We also make sure that we've cut these properly. So, without much more ado, I'm just going to stop there for the time being, because the next job, as I said, is a two-man job, and we're going to need to start putting lots and lots of glue in there. Alright, thanks very much. See you in a minute.